I think it took me a long time to realize that I've always felt most at home within variety. When I started to do other things, I just missed variety shows, and really sometimes the only way you can do what you want to do is you just have to you have to create your own show, really. But it was actually more fun than I anticipated. My goal for this show was truly to have a place to go to work that would be joyful, where I could invite my friends that I've known for years that have made me laugh, that I love to laugh with, and basically just, you know, follow in the footsteps of the things that we grew up on, of all the things that have shaped the work that I've done comedically, and all just like the stuff that makes me belly laugh, and that's really what I've been trying to do. So I don't know, it just kind of happened. It was great. Yeah, it's really nice to perform in front of a live audience again. I think that's the one part of performing that I had missed more than anything. And I was even talking to my husband about maybe, you know, he was saying, maybe you should go to New York and do a play, you know, just, I like performing in front of an audience, and it's a weird, you know, kind of disease. Once you start doing it, you can't stop. I've been talking about the idea of the variety show coming back with people recently, and again, I feel like I certainly never intended, you know, to, from a business standpoint, like, I know what I'll do, I'll put this back on the map. It was just sort of like, it came from a really natural place of, what do I love? What did I grow up with? What makes me laugh? What makes me happy? And these shows shaped my life, and especially as a kid, like, you're lucky when you get to stay up and watch TV. So far, there's been a lot of freedom. Yeah, I gotta say, I feel very lucky. Creatively, we've had a lot of freedom. I mean, we DJ, our head writer, came up with this great opening number where it's sort of like, oh, it's my show, I get to do whatever I want. And then we had just had so much fun with that writer's game where you just say, oh, I want a pony, and then a pony shows up, or, you know, I want to do whatever I want, and it's happening. I mean, that's the most fun. Sometimes it's a very bizarre experience when you say, I'm just going to have, you know, a guy, an astronaut on stilts walking around, and then you see the guy hired, you're like, oh God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was late. We were just trying to think of stupid stuff. And here you are, thank you for coming. But it was like that, like wall to wall, nonstop, like 7 solid minutes of just weird crap, like wall to wall. It was really fun. There's only one time in your life you're gonna do that. It's either your bat mitzvah or your variety show. Fred Armisen is on the show, Sean Hayes, Andy Samberg, Chris Parnell, Kristen Bell, Craig Robinson, yeah, and all people who are, you know, I'd never worked with Craig. He's a good example of someone who I'd always loved. Like, when I see his face, it makes me happy. And Chris Parnell, and he's literally like, we call him the Iceman. I mean, he's that guy. We were like, oh, I'm just going to have Chris Parnell come and sing a lullaby that's going to break everybody in this room's heart. But then he's also going to do this one piece where he just, you know, he's a game show host, and he's the funniest game show host you've ever seen in your life. That essence of joy, bringing in friends, old, you know, people I've worked with for years, people I've known for years, and also people I love and admire. I mean, Kristen Bell's a wonderful example. She was on the show, and we'd met a couple times, and I knew her husband. I worked with her husband a million years ago, and I knew she was funny. And then when I heard her sing in Frozen, we came up with this whole singing piece for her, because her voice is incredible, and she can sing live, and I felt like, yes, I want performers on this show, people that when they open their mouth, the audience is going to go, holy shit, she can really sing. Like, and she's exactly that. Not to mention, the minute she got there, she was so excited about what we were doing, and she said, if no one's doing that sketch and you need another girl, can I be in that one? And wanted to play, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted people to be excited about being there and get in there and play, and goof around. And then once you get the wigs on and the costumes, then you go to town, and it's really fun. I wanted the audience to feel the joy and the fun of what the show is meant to be and how much fun it is to do. And I feel like that really translated. I feel like people really enjoyed feeling good watching the show and laughing in this way that it just felt good, you know. I don't know, I'm just really in the mood for that right now, and I feel like a lot of people are. The goal of this is, yeah, I do want the family to gather around and watch the show, absolutely. In the same way that, like, there might be something that wasn't necessarily written for my 8-year-old daughter, but it's totally cool if she watches it, you know. And I think that anything close to any assemblage of any type of family sitting around watching this would be amazing to me. Or if it's a bunch of college kids, that's fine too. Either way, I don't care. Or maybe a hen party. Who knows? Perhaps a dad's getaway weekend, TiVo'd. That would be fine too.